Marcus Spears of our friends and every other show on ESPN, and of course Monday Night Countdown back here on the program. Good to see you, Marcus. How are you, sir?
Woo,
Rich, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Better to see you. Better to see you here. Let's hit you on the news of the day, since you're the man with the twirling magnetic LSU helmet over your left shoulder. I love that.
You still love that thing,
I do.
man.
I can't get enough of it. The guy who helped dial up a passing game for Coach O to the tune of 60 Joe Burrow touchdowns to Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase just got named the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills, and Joe Brady was about to. Your 2 cents on that hire, Marcus?
I like it from what I know about Joe Brady, Rich. It's a daunting job because, I said a couple of days ago with Sean McDermott being fired, the only way you consider success for this next head coach is to reach a Super Bowl. So Joe Brady understands what he's walking into. The good thing is he's been in the organization, know a lot of people there. I'm sure him and Bean has a relationship throughout this process, but even prior to, and it feels like something obviously that Josh had to not necessarily sign off on, but had to make right for this decision to be made, especially with a guy in the building. On to Joe Brady, I was asking a question a year ago, like, why is Joe Brady not getting more consideration for a head coaching job? It was just one of those perplexing things to me from the job that he had done as an offensive mind, and that tended to be the trend that we were seeing with guys having that much success from an offensive play calling standpoint. The natural progression you felt like was to become a head coach. But I think this is good for Buffalo. Now, I got to say this with a little bit of caveat. I love Joe Brady. So whether the job is going to be done at a high level or not, from where I sit and what I've known about him since he's been at LSU, which is why I asked the question a number of times about why is he not one of these hot names in the head coaching candidacy. From what I know, this team is got a real dude, one that can connect with players, one that probably needed a little more time than I was ready to give to become a head coach. And I'm assuming through these interviews and what they knew about him in the building already, that it was comfortable enough for Brandon Beane and ownership to make this decision. Now, here's the thing, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make a decision about how this Keon Coleman situation is going to get fixed. Because when Pagula came out and said that, a natural reaction for me as if I was Keon's agent would have been like, I got to get this player the hell out of here. And I'm not sure if that's the progression that they want to take after naming the new head coach. But there's a progression in this offseason, and there's matters at hand that need to be attended to. And I think that's the foremost, most pressing issue right now, based on what I felt like was a disrespectful statement from the owner of the Buffalo Bills. So now that you got Joe Brady in place, other business has to be handled in the way of trying to get this team to a championship.
Well, the Keon Coleman thing, let's hash that up a little bit here, Marcus. When I heard that, okay, when I heard that, my first thought was other players in the organization. Again, Keon's a young player, and young players can be knuckleheads, or young players need time to mature on the field as well. Right. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It was a big, head scratch, healthy scratch situation for me,
Right.
And so I thought,
Rich, I'm sorry. I got these allergies, man.
It's all good, Marcus. I'm with you. So with all of that, I was sitting there thinking, are there other players in the building who are far more down the line in their careers and also more crucial to the wins and losses and success of the Buffalo Bills, sitting there saying, what's the owner thinking about my play? And am I next about being mentioned publicly as whose fault it was that I'm here, right? Like that to me is a bigger question than Keon Coleman.
Yeah,
And,
I understand. Like Rich, I understand that, but Keon's name was used.
Sure.
Right? So it always permeates in the locker room when things are happening like that. There's obviously 52 other guys. when I'm talking about a game day roster. And this is not to absolve Keon Coleman of being late and having to have disciplinary action. But to your point, young players, I've been a veteran in the locker room. I've been a young player. I know that dynamic. And I think a lot of times you would prefer to keep those things within the realm of just us and let us handle it, let the coaching staff handle it. And if it gets to a point where the GM got to step in and make a decision about someone's future, you do that. But ultimately, I don't think it's ever right to mention a specific player and then attribute, well, this wasn't my decision. You know, we had that with Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland.
That's right. You mean the Pro Bowl? You mean the Pro Bowler?
Hell
the Pro Bowler?
Are these owners thinking,
right,
saying that bull crap? Like, even if you feel that way, what possibly do you think can be positively taken out of that by you making that statement? Because one, you've pitted people against each other, whoever made the decision, whoever wasn't for the decision. But I know this is about Joe Brady. We'll get to that another day, Rich. Maybe when I see you down in San Francisco, we can talk all things.
Sounds good.
But
yeah,
I'm happy about the Joe Brady hire.
Right.
To say that.
And it is going to be part and parcel. I was just saying last segment earlier in the hour that after obviously chatting with Josh Allen, hey, I got the gig. Keon Coleman's got to be his next call.
100%.
Just to talk with him about it. And I'm sure he had a front row seat to whatever was happening with the healthy scratches, and he knows how to handle that, hopefully, for the Bills fans. Marcus Spears here on the Rich Eisen Show. What is it like for a defensive player to watch a coach go for it on fourth down rather than getting points for you to defend, Marcus?
It's very difficult, Rich.
Right?
It's very difficult. Listen, man.
Right.
While my nose runs from allergies,
yes,
I listen to, and Rich, we've all had to come around on analytics, right?
Yes, sir.
And I understand that this is the new wave of the NFL. But I'm so glad you asked this question, because to me as a defender, 3 points still means a lot to me.
Yes, sir.
It means a lot. It still means that you have to, that the opposing offense has pressure to get points. I think when you introduce that element, it become, especially in an AFC championship game, which you represent, there's an added pressure to, we at least have to make enough plays to get downfield. Now, with that thought, you may try to make a tight window throw that you wouldn't make if it's an even game. You may play a little bit more aggressively, which sometimes leads into obviously success for the offense, but it leads sometimes to success for the defense. And I don't care what Sean Payton says. If you go back, he probably take the 3 points.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing that had me tripping is the people, Rich. You play it with Jarrett Stidham. It's a premium for every scoring drive for you to get points on the board, because you don't know what the difference is going to be. Now, to add fuel to the fire, the fact that game ended up 10-7 got to drive him crazy all offseason.
Yep.
Because you don't know what would have happened after that. But ultimately, man, like, I get it, man. Like, this going for fourth down. I watched Dan Campbell do it early in the season. I was like, Dan, at some point, bro, kick the field goal. So yeah, I went through, Mina Kimes is my sister and one of my castmates on NFL Live on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And when the analytics part first started getting introduced, I was so opposed, because my view was only, well, in that situation, if Tom Brady are quarterbacks, the hell with the analytics. You let Tom Brady go out and make a play.
Yep.
So there's always that element. For me, this game is still about people and players making plays in certain situations. And the more as a coach, based on decision making, that you can help them or put the other team in a more critical situation, I think you should. Now, people will say, well, Swag, if they score, it's more of a critical situation. I know, but what if they don't? And I would take those analytics and odds for kicking a field goal in that particular situation. Not all are the same either, Rich. Like, if Bo Nix was the quarterback, I don't think I would be as critical as the decision. If Lamar Jackson my quarterback, or Josh Allen my quarterback, or Matthew Stafford is my quarterback, a lot of guys, I don't think I make that decision. But a guy that ain't played in damn near 2 years, you want to put him in a 4th-and-1 situation against New England's defense, who has only given up 8 points a game in the playoffs? I just don't think that was smart. And Sean makes a lot of smart decisions, but that was dumb.
Marcus Spears here on the Rich Eisen Show. Your first blush preview for us for Super Bowl 60. What's your first blush thoughts? Seeing a Patriots team come off of 2 4-win seasons, going on a run for the lifetime, and the Seattle Seahawks with Sam Darnold just getting stronger every week with a wagon of a defense and a stellar wide receiver in JSN, just a top down.
Rich, I want to ask you a question first.
I'm here for you.
You've done so many of these Super Bowls and been around these Super Bowls.
Very fortunate, yes.
I am absolutely refreshed, and I would like to know your thoughts, that we have this Super Bowl, that we have Drake May with his story, and obviously Sam Darnold with his story. And look, I love greatness, and greatness should go as long as it possibly can. I'm not one of those ones that gets tired of people winning. I think when you win all the time. But just the story of a guy that's been on, Sam Darnold case, been on 5 teams, won 14 games with another team, had a bad end of the year game, and they decided that they wanted to move in a direction, and they fell absolutely off a cliff. And then you look at Drake May, who was not the darling of the dance, but still considered a really good quarterback. And culturally, you see things change around him, and they find themselves in the Super Bowl. I just think it's such a cool story, bro. And yes, it's great to see Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and, Matthew Stafford and all of these guys that we know play at a very high level consistently be in a Super Bowl and have opportunities to win, and we'll talk about it. But ain't this cool? Like, ain't this like one of the coolest Super Bowls I think I've been a part of since I've been covering the NFL at ESPN. I'd like to know your thoughts on it.
Okay, so not to answer a question with a question, but do you want me to answer that professionally or thoroughly unprofessionally, Marcus?
Thoroughly unprofessional.
Okay, so I'll go with that one first.
Buckle up, Marcus. Get ready.
I grew up a Jet fan, Marcus. So watching Sam Darnold, watching Sam Darnold become the first ex-Jet to ever quarterback a Super Bowl for someone else's team, to do that against the New England Patriots, whose ascension to the Super Bowl with a seemingly dynastic setup coming again, only to have that Super Bowl berth come off of 2 4-loss seasons in a row in drafts in which they preceded the Jets, only to zoom past them in the diamond lane of the National Football League to the Super Bowl, and have that ascension celebrated by my hometown's Empire State Building being lit up in Patriots colors. Get out of here with that nonsense.
My God.
Mm-hmm. How's that for an unprofessional?
Yeah, that's
thoroughly
tough.
unprofessional.
I like that because I live on the unprofessional side more than the so that resonates with me.
All right, that felt
give
better.
Me the professional side, Rich.
No, you're right. This is an incredible, cool Super Bowl because it is the avatar of you never know, and all it takes is some smart coaching and some smart roster building, a little bit of luck, of course, but some terrific teamwork where everybody comes together and says, you know what? I don't care that nobody believes in us. We believe in ourselves. We follow our coach named Mike. We follow our quarterbacks that say, follow us. We love our team defense, every hat to the football. We're smarter than you situationally. And at the end of the day, we're going to the Super Bowl.
I love it.
How's that? I gave you my professional and thoroughly unprofessional answers.
That's why you Rich Eisen, bro. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Y'all clip that and put that over the Super Bowl entry when they play it. Here's what I love about this, Rich.
Yes, sir.
This is what I love about this. I've been a fan of Mike Vrabel for a very long time, even as a player. But I still don't understand what Tennessee was thinking when they let him walk, which now has to be – you a Jets fan, and I know it's bad, but imagine being a Tennessee Titans fan.
I'm with you. That one I don't understand. And I am going to spend the next week plus diving in when I have information, men and women here. What happened in Tennessee? I can gather why Minnesota decided to not sign Darnold to a Tua or Trevor Lawrence contract if that's what he was looking for, even though he signed for less in Seattle, obviously.
Right.
I understand when you go and you trade draft capital to get a kid that you believe in and you do need to start that process at some point. I get it. I understand why Darnold didn't want to stay there. I understand how they lost to Detroit and the Rams and it didn't look great. But I still do want to know if they did kick a tire on Darnold or not. But the Titans thing, that one, I don't get it. That one is just get out of here. Wow.
Man, and the other thing is Derrick Henry has ran for 4,000 yards since he left. Like again, but again, this is not for us to beat on Tennessee, but I do need you to put on your connection hat and find out what the hell happened with the Tennessee Titans. Now they got a new coach and they trying to move forward, so we're gonna allow Tennessee to move forward. Here's what I'll say, man. Mike Vrabel and the job that they've done in New England, and we were there a few weeks ago for the Houston game, and you could sense that this wasn't necessarily the old Patriot way, but it was still some of that lingering foundation that made them what they were when Vrabel was a part of that franchise. I think he won 3 Super Bowls with him himself, right? But there was an enthusiasm that just was permeating throughout this football team. It was a confidence in the plan that they had, that they were ready to execute. And, you know, we all got my NFL Live crew, we make these picks, and people think we like care about making these picks.
We talk about that all the time.
Like we live and die by it, which I don't. Sometimes I don't even look at it. I tell the producer, pick the game and the score. If people really understood how much I actually don't care about who wins unless it's Dallas, they never tweet me or hit me on X about anything, because they'd be like, bro, you don't even love your job. No, I love my job. I don't get paid to pick games, because if I knew who was going to win every game, I'd just live in Vegas and be richer than all y'all. So, but here's the thing, man. They are as well prepared, which you expect that from Mike Vrabel, but they are also young and vibrant and new energy. It's not that, Bill obviously had the Patriot way, and it was everybody, kind of act like you've been there before. Man, Vrabel at the door after the game, hugging dudes. They got their personal handshakes. They going crazy on the sideline. Like, they've been a fun team to be around. And then you go on the other side with Seattle. Mike McDonald, phenomenal job as a defense coordinator with the Baltimore Ravens, gets hired. Sam Darnold comes over. This Seattle Seahawks team is still the reason why we keep talking about the Legion of Boom, because the truth is they are led by their defense, and it's very eerily similar to what they've done before. And then you get a rematch of a catastrophic ending for the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. There is enough here, Rich, for us to be okay with it not being Mahomes and Kelsey and Josh and Matthew. Like, I have thoroughly enjoyed. This has been one of my favorite NFL seasons because it's been so unpredictable, and the variables of football has shown itself time after time after time. But I'm excited about this Super Bowl, man. I'm really happy for both of these organizations and franchises. But I'm more happy. If I would say there's like one thing that I'm crazy happy about, it's the fact that when Sam Darnold writes this book to youth and up and coming, inspiring quarterbacks and all of these things, whether he wins it or not. This is the legit, like, don't ever quit.
I'm with you.
We see it in real time.
I'm with you. Marcus, thanks for the time. Can we get this man a Claritin, please? And I'm getting me some Allegra D. That's the only thing. That's good. Very good. Yeah. Very good. And thanks for the time. I agree with you on everything, but we're going to have to light the friggin' Empire State Building up, okay? You know what I mean? Take care of yourself, Marcus. We'll chat again.
All right, brothers.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.